Good morning. Looks like we are live. It's about 6:53 a.m. The counseling convo for today is called Coping Skills. I wanted to go over my process in reviewing coping skills with clients, what coping skills are, why they're effective, and to kind of help move people's mentality of coping skills from them being just like a silly little thing that you can try to them becoming a very powerful tool that could restructure your minds. Chemically, what it is to create a new neurological pathway. We're so used to existing in one way, so used to using the path of least resistance, getting us from point A to point B, that becomes ineffective. So for example, let's say, or we don't need them anymore. Let's say someone, at 15 years old wanted a sense of belongingness. And so what they do is they revolve themselves around a negative peer group to start smoking. So they start smoking with their peer groups, whether it's, cigarettes or pot or whatever have you. So they're doing it to fill a certain void. They're using it as a coping skill itself. It's not a very beneficial or legal or helpful skill or coping skill, but it does fill their void. So over time, 16, 17, 18 years old, then they're in their 20s and their 30s, they realize, wait a minute, now I have a partner, now I have kids, now I have a social network, now I have people around me, maybe I have a better relationship with my parents now. So they'll realize, I don't really need to smoke anymore, but it's become such a habit, it's become such a strong neurological pathway that it becomes very incredibly difficult to restructure their mind to create a new neurological pathway and replace the old one. So what coping skills do is they let you practice a different neurological pathway while letting the old one die down, while letting the old one kind of dissipate. And I use an example with my clients. I talk to them about in the wintertime when it snows, you go out and you plow your driveway and you use your shovel to plow a little path from your front door to your driveway. Well, that path from your front door to your driveway, in order for it to remain clean and good, you gotta keep plowing it, keep clearing it, keep putting the salt down, you keep using it. You make that pathway strong. Well, if you let that pathway go, if you just let the snow fall on it and start not doing what you've always done, it's no longer going to be a pathway. And in the meantime, you can create a new path. You can start plowing that path. That's the best kind of example that I use with my clients. So when I'm sitting with someone, my go-to, and I would love for anybody to share coping skills that they've used in the past, you can write them down, comment below. But the resource that I use is through Boys Town. Now, some of you guys may have heard about Boys Town. They're a great organization. If you Google search 99 Coping Skills PDF, 99 Coping Skills PDF, that is the resource that I primarily use. And I'll tell you how I use it. It's basically a list of 99 coping skills that you could potentially try. Exercise, right? I'm gonna try just exercising. Another one is rearrange everything in my room. There's 99 of these that people can try, but what I do is I have my client first go through, read all 99, and mark the ones that have worked in the past. The ones that have helped to alleviate stress, ones that have helped to reduce anger symptoms, to de-escalate the person, or that have kept them from using or doing, something that's a negative behavior. So I have them mark the ones that definitely have worked to do these things. And we talk about those. Oh, okay, so it looks like listening to music has worked in the past. Wonderful. Which music is your favorite music? Which genre, which artist is your favorite artist? And we add that data in as well. So after that, we go through and we make another mark. Now this next mark is to show coping skills that you'd be willing to try. You know yourself better than anybody else. Which skills do you think, once looking at it, oh yeah, I might try that and it might actually work? So we mark those. I make a copy of this list. I give them a copy to either put on their nightstand or, I upload it into their folder, into their file, and we constantly review it and look it over to say, which coping skills have worked this past week? Which coping skills do you think you can try? Let's schedule these coping skills. And again, why are these coping skills effective? There's the sun. The sun's finally coming out. Why are these coping skills effective? They're not just silly little things that we're trying to see if they work or not. They allow us, they give us extra time. They give us a buffer, a primer. They give us a pause to let the snow fall on one pathway and for us to start developing, creating a new one. Think about how often you brush the same side of your mouth. When you wake up in the morning, you probably brush the same side of your mouth that you do every single day. And it just becomes part of your routine, part of your mentality. Maybe setting an alarm or trying different things to tap into and utilize the plasticity of your mind, of your brain. If we just settle into the constant, into the routine, our minds over time become concrete. They become inflexible, immovable, and that doesn't place us in a very good position. So coping skills, they can really be a powerful tool to use. And you can even prime yourself to be more open to coping skills themselves by trying various things, being more open in your thinking, trying different roads back home, set a different plot on a map to try a different route or go on different trails, researching into different topics that you never have before, looking up new words, right? Constantly letting your mind be open to new pathways, new ways of doing things, not just for it being a new thing, so just new for new's sake, but to know that you are strengthening your mind in the way that you think. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Again, that resource, the Boys Town 99 Coping Skills PDF, that is online. Anybody can pull it up, anybody can use it. But I'd like to know which coping skills have you used that have worked for you. Some of you maybe have kicked an old habit. Some of you have processed through depressive symptoms or processed through loneliness or sadness or anger or stress by using various coping skills, and that they've worked for you. So what has worked for you? I'd love for this community to really share and build each other up through that, because the more you share that stuff, the more other people can be impacted. So I'd love to take your take. Yeah, I'd love to get your take. Write those coping skills down below, and if you get a chance, look up that resource. So thanks for sticking in there with me and learning more about coping skills. I will see you later. Have a good one.